Welcome back. Well, we are joined today by Captain Charlie Walters, who is here on behalf of the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so you have been in the Sheriff's Department for a very long time, since 2004, and your position has spanned, it looks like, an awful lot of very exciting opportunities.
Yes, I've been on the department since 2004, and I've been so very blessed, and I'm actually pretty humbled today, just kind of looking at that resume. The fact that I've gotten to work, a wide variety of different assignments, kind of spanning, from custody to patrol operations to special operations to the training division and so forth. I've learned a lot throughout my, throughout my career and throughout my assignments, which leads me here today.
Well, you've gone from, and it's kind of interesting because you have tactical apprehension team, SWAT. I mean, that's some pretty serious stuff. And then when you are assigned as a captain to an area, do you think it really, obviously it's going to change. It's not going to be as intense.
I think the fun part about it is there's a lot of liability. There's a lot of, teamwork. And I think the fun part coming from the Special Enforcement Bureau, when I had the SWAT team and the bomb squad and the K9 unit, to my current position, it's still about teamwork. It's still about the community. It's still about, kind of us doing a job, for them. And that's kind of been the easy part, kind of making that transition, to this current job. I'm actually very excited about it. And to bring that experience, I think, to this job, I think I can do.
Now, you mentioned to me off camera that early on in your career, you were patrolling this area. So you're very familiar with that. Tell me about that.
So I was assigned to Lisa Viejo, and it was fun because we would handle calls here. So I know the area. I got to handle several calls for service here.
Okay.
Fun part, I got to speak to a wide variety, of different residents, and it's made it fun. I know that the city of Laguna Woods is very close knit. It's kind of one big family, and that's the part that I'm truly excited about, to be the city chief here, to continue that and really show, the staff that works for me, that we can do really good things here, and all we got to do is, kind of talk to, to the different residents.
Right. Now so let's talk about your position now. So you're the Chief of Police Services. What will that mean for our community?
So I go to all the city council meetings, to all the special events. I've got the day-to-day operations, here. I've got 6 deputies. I've got an investigator, and then we share a sergeant with with 2 other contract cities.
Okay.
So I'm kind of, kind of in charge of that. And I think overall, just kind of, making sure that our communication, making sure, that community policing, still goes into effect.
Okay, so in general then, if we are looking to talk to someone regarding, pretty much things that are happening here in Laguna Woods, you would be the go-to individual, I take it.
Yes, ma'am,
or
I would.
maybe one of the deputies that were working with you.
Yes, ma'am, I would.
All right, perfect. So a couple of things that are happening locally as well as I think nationwide is, we have property crimes, we have theft, not necessarily just in your home, but also in your cars, and we have massive amounts of scammers, which is really frightening because it doesn't even matter what your age is, yet they seem to focus more on the elderly, primarily because they're really worried and afraid, I think, when you get to a certain age. So talk to me a little bit about some of the property crimes that are happening around our county.
Well, I think first things first is all the residents for, I think for this great community is they've worked hard their whole life. Yeah. So their money's their money, their property is their property. And we're seeing, thefts throughout, throughout Orange County, kind of go up. So I have some safety tips that we can kind of go through that, I think could help. Okay. I think number one is please lock your cars.
Yeah.
Please lock, your different homes. When you're going to take a vacation or you're going to leave, tell a neighbor. Make sure, each night all the stuff comes out, from your car, your cell phones, your computers, all that good stuff.
Right.
And then I think the best thing is that if anything does happen, please call us. I think my message, to the residents is we are here for you. Okay. We are here to support you. Right. So those are just a couple small safety tips that we're kind of seeing. A lot of our thefts, from vehicles is because they're they're not locked.
Right.
So please lock your cars.
Right.
And like I said, if anything's suspicious, like I said, please call us.
Now, some of the thieves are getting pretty brazen. I mean, they don't care if it's day or night these days. So what would you suggest? I mean, if it's a daytime thing, do the neighbors need to have like a neighborhood watch kind of thing?
Well, I think the best thing is just knowing your environment, knowing your community. If you see something, say something. It is, I think, the very best. Even if it's something that you're just out of the ordinary, call us. We have deputies that will come. We will take reports. I think the nice part is that all the staff doesn't want anything bad to happen in this community. Right. So my thing is this: is our effective, I think, communication with our staff and with regards to all the residents.
Yeah.
We really want to be that tight knit family.
Right.
So I'm actually asking for the support. Like I said, please let us know.
Okay.
And I think that way, our deputies can get involved, and we can go from there.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the scam things that we've been hearing about. I mean, most of it is via phone. I mean, there are other scams that are out there, but the phone one seems to be the most used. Tell me a little bit about some of the things that they should be looking out for.
So we're getting a lot of scams. People are saying they're from the IRS.
Oh yeah.
They're wanting you to pay with gift cards, which, if it seems weird, it probably is. And so my, kind of advice to all the residents is, number one, if you start getting these weird phone calls, don't give them your personal information. Don't give them, your address,
right.
Your social security number, your different types of money or that. If you ask to call back, try to get their name, try to get their number, whether you talk to a neighbor, or the best thing is call us. And we can at least, I think, we can get in front of that. We definitely can help with that. And I think overall is people are trying to find an easy way out. And again, I don't want to see anything happen, to the residents here. Right. So like I said, easiest thing for you guys to do is just to call us.
A lot of people don't want to call though, and I say that because somebody I know experienced this. So first of all, the IRS is never going to call you. They only send you letters in the mail. It's very archaic, but so they're not going to call you. Romance scams is very interesting because now you're getting a lot of people, some of the older folks are using some of those online dating things, and there is a ton of these catfish people that it's really frightening that they're doing. But the other thing I'm wondering about is, tech support scams. You've got people who are literally saying, hey, you have signed up for, I think it's like a security type of software on your computers. That's a big one too, right?
It is, and I think the easiest way to, I think to mitigate those is if you didn't sign up for that stuff, even if you did, and it seems odd, and they're trying to ask for money, and they're trying to ask for different locations, your home address, it's simple to either ask a neighbor if you don't want to call the police, or to your loved ones, and then most of the time it's going to come back to us too. We actually have, I think the Orange County Sheriff's Department is so large, we have so many different divisions, which we have people that actually do that for a living. It's really, really, kind of fun and interesting. The cyber crimes and all of that type of material that we want to help. And I think that's the part. If the residents feel, maybe nervous, either talk to your loved ones, talk to a friend. Right. But if we don't know, that we can't help.
So if they do get a scam call, what are some things that they should remember about that call to be able to report to you? Obviously the phone number is traced so they can see what the phone numbers are, but I imagine many of those are probably those Google phone numbers and they're really not very traceable, right? So what are some other things that they should listen for so they can report to you?
So the first things first is going to be the date and time.
Okay.
The phone number. They usually will come out with some type of first name. We've seen lately they don't come with a last name.
Okay.
So if they just give a first name, try to write that down. If they do give a last name, great. If they also give, whether it's the IRS or whether it's a certain, app or something of that nature,
okay.
write that down, and then also just to see what they wanted. just so we can kind of grasp on which area, if it does come to us, where that goes to.
Right.
So those are kind of some of the big ticket items. Don't give your money. That's my
Yes.
biggest advice,
Right.
I think, to the residents is to wait. And a simple, and most of the time they're not going to want to. You ask for their name, you ask for their phone number, and you say that you'll call them back. And then when you call them back, it usually goes to, it doesn't work, or there's no landline. So kind of that nature. And if you do get that, then you know it was a scam. I only ask that it's nice when we can find out about it, so we can start looking at the big picture.
Right.
Start looking at some different cases. Looking at, is there a trend? Maybe not just in this city,
Right.
but it could be, throughout Orange County.
Right.
So that's why it seems like I've said this a lot. Here today. Please let us know.
And I think that's really important because many do not want to report it. They're like, oh, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. But what you just said was that maybe there have been 5 phone calls, not necessarily just from Laguna Woods, but elsewhere, that they're all linked together. And so that might help your department figure it out more, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, I think this is great. This is good information. Welcome to Laguna Woods.
Thank you so very much.
And we appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you so very much.
All right. You're welcome. If you want more information about everything we have just discussed, you can always go to their website, which is ocsheriff.gov. We'll be right back.